We're at the 2017 SHOT Show with the National Rifle League. Travis Ishida, Ty Frainer, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
So guys, I mean, folks have probably, heard, a little about this and they're really craving details. Okay. So tell us, who are you?
You want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the National Rifle League, we're a group of shooters that came together. Ty's been shooting for a long time. I got into precision rifle shooting as a journalist like you guys a couple of years ago. Had the opportunity to film a bunch of great matches for the PRS series and had a ton of fun, and I fell in love with the community. And that's actually when I started my long range shooting. I'm not going to say career because I don't get to shoot as much as I like, or I'm not good.
Steve and I can relate to that.
But that's when we started shooting and just fell in love with everybody. I mean, you guys, everybody out there were you're so welcoming and hospitable that it was phenomenal. And the long range shooting community had some changes over the past 18 months or so, and for certain groups there was some uncertainty and there was like what's really happening. There was some confusion going on. Things for my primary business, Contingency X Media, were changing, and so I reached out to a couple of friends, primarily Ty Frainer. He's actually, Sin City was the first match we ever filmed, and I think what really helped us fall in love with it was Janae and I were sitting at a stage talking all kinds of trash. Go hit it harder, and I was like, these are my people. These are the kinds of guys I want to hang out with. But fast forward, I hit up Ty and I said, hey Ty, I really love this community. I love what we're doing. I don't know what the future is of the sport, but what if we did something to help ensure the future of the sport? And so I hit up Ty. I said, this is kind of what I have in mind. I want to create a league. I want to make it so that it's not me saying this is how we do it, because I don't, this is still 2 years old to me. I don't have that knowledge. I don't have that expertise. But I want something that I can film, that I can show people, this is what long range precision shooting is. This is how the community is. This is how the people are. Come out and join us. Come out and have some fun. And I was like, Ty, do you think this is something that will have legs? And we sat down and had long conversations. How are you going to do this? How are you guys? Ty, half the questions you're asking me, I'm asking you, bro. How would you do this? Your match is probably one of the most favorite matches I've experienced. I love the way that you're doing things. That's why I'm coming to you. If I had the answers, I'd be telling you what I wanted, but it's not about that. And he said, well, if I'm going to do this and help you, Travis, this is my criteria. I said, that works for me, because all I want to do is film it. I want to make sure from an administrative side that we provide support, we provide media, we provide marketing, we provide an outline so that match directors, shooters, and sponsors can be a part of something that is grander than just one group and go out there and have fun. And Ty said, well, let's do it this way. We should also get Ian Kelby involved, who unfortunately he couldn't make it here today. He's manning the booth downstairs. He's swamped. We talked to Ian about it, and Ian was absolutely about it. And his family, as everyone knows, has a long history in competition.
Right.
So it made perfect sense. My better half is everyone thinks I do the marketing. She does the marketing. I just somehow get the credit. She's the marketing genius. So she came on board to help with the marketing side of it. Her name's Brittany Walden. And then I said, Ty, let's do it. Let's make it happen. I think it took us 2 months to lock down seven different clubs, 7 different states, which was more than what we could have hoped for. We were debating, are we even going to get that many? And I was like, well, if we don't, it's not really a league. There's not really much there. We got a tremendous amount of support. We announced it this past October. There's buzz about it before that, obviously, rumors
right.
and stuff. We announced it in October, and it's just taken off way faster, and I mean, it's just been humbling. It's been phenomenal, and we couldn't do it without the shooters, the match directors, the sponsors. We wouldn't be here today for that. I'd be behind the camera, like over there, doing film.
Now, obviously, you have organized this as a 501c3 or a nonprofit.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about kind of the thought behind that and why that's structured.
Well, we wanted to go as a 501c3 because we wanted to give back to the community. We're not in this to make money. I mean, Ty is very successful at what he does. I'm successful at what we do. We're blessed in that area. Kelby's, he's very blessed as well. So we didn't approach this as something that we wanted to turn into a venture capital. We didn't need to make money doing this. Mm-hmm. We wanted this to be the people's sport. And the best way to do that is give back everything that we get into the sport. So sponsorship dollars that come in, your membership fees that come in, all of that stuff goes right back into the sport. And like anybody who has forward thought knows that we're getting old, right?
Yes.
I mean, bifocals and my body aches any kind of position I get into, and it's no fun. But in order for this sport to grow, we have to go after the youth. And so I said, Ty, Ty's like, we have to find out who the number one champion is in the nation. That's what, this competition is. I said, absolutely. But in 10 years, we're not going to have a competition. We have to go after the youth. I want to do this youth thing. And he was like, I love it. He's all, absolutely. Ian, this is what I would really like to do. Yes. Everybody, as soon as I said that, they're like, absolutely. And so, what we're going to be doing is in 2018, baby steps, 2018, we're going to be holding a scholarship for our youth to come out. All the details are still being worked out, but basically the ground plan is to have a scholarship where maybe they are an essay or they're an A student or somebody who wants to be a part of this. The NRL will have them come out, and it'll be an expense-paid trip to one of our facilities. We're probably going to hold it here in Vegas first, and they're going to get to shoot a precision rifle with a high-end optic, with precision ammo, with an NRL trainer, NRL champion or NRL professional shooter. And the reason behind that is we want to promote the sport, but we also want to promote firearms safety, firearms fundamentals. We want to be able to educate these kids on the proper techniques on how to shoot, how to hunt, how to properly manipulate their firearm, and be responsible with what we're doing. A lot of people say, oh, just, go buy a gun and go to the gun range and shoot some papers and paper targets and you're going to be okay. Well, that's good. You're getting out there to shoot, but
there's a higher skill set than that.
Absolutely, especially when Tyler says, "Travis, there's a 700-yard target. It's an inch." What? You want me to hit an inch? I can't even see that. But with proper training, it's all plausible. It's all very doable. And so we wanted to offer that to get the youth involved. We wanted to get more people involved, more people shooting. Whether that's the NRL, the PRS, 3-gun, doesn't matter what league or what flavor you choose,
right.
Get out there and shoot. We just want more people involved having fun.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you bring up an interesting point, and we've had this discussion with other folks. Is shooting is more than just bullets, barrels, rifles, and actually hitting the target. There's that human element, that human factor, that the whole culture, the whole community. And I mean, it sounds to me that you're really taking a significant step to help cultivate
Yes.
that community. I mean, would it be fair to say that somebody would say, well, what really differentiates NRL? Would you say that is your key differentiator?
Yes and no. I mean, since we've started announcing a lot of our programs of what we plan to do, there's been other organizations that have kind of followed and made those announcements as well, which is great because, again, it's helping the sport grow, which is our overall mission.
Right.
I think what really separates us is the way that we're structured. We have, like I said, we have 8 matches next year, one of them being our championship. But all of those match directors for those 8 matches are also our board members. Okay. So, it's Ian, Ty, Brittany, and myself, but what we're doing is we're providing guidance. we're there to assist them. Our conversation that we have with them on a weekly basis is, how do we help you? And it's from marketing support, media support, sponsorship support, hands-on. Do you want us to come out and help you RO match, set up stages? What is it that you need help with? We're going to ensure that you get that. Over and beyond that it's the match directors that come together annually to decide and make up what our rules and regulations are, and who we're going to accept into the match, and who's going to actually participate in the match the following years. A lot of match directors, they do one, skip a year, do another, and then others want to just do one every year, and that's great. But this way, it gives everybody a voice, every club, every state a voice to say, hey, we didn't really like that rule. We want to do this.
Okay.
Now,
And you can vote on it.
Ty, I want to get you in here. I mean, we shot in the Sin City Precision match last year and actually attended to cover it for media the previous year. We loved that match.
Which was a great video, by the way.
Yes.
guys did a
Thank
really
you so
good
much.
job.
Now, I wanted to ask you, from the perspective of a match director, tell us a little bit about some of the matches lined up, and what does it take in terms of participating as a match director and as a club within the NRL.
Absolutely. So what I appreciate what you just said is the Sin City Precision match. There's a lot of people that say Ty's match, and it really is Sin City's match. I'm just the guy up there that can run his mouth. You know what I mean? It's Sin City Precision that puts on the Las Vegas shoot, not Ty. So I appreciate that very much. But what does it take? Again, just to reiterate what Travis just got done saying, we think it's extremely important that it's the match directors that are the people that are telling us what to do. It's really easy for somebody that's removed from running a match like a shooter to say, hey, what you need to do is you need to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that's great, but do you have any idea what kind of logistics it's going to take to pull that off? Well, what I think, we can't do it that weekend. Well, get another venue. Well, there's not exactly, more than one or two places in all of Las Vegas that can hold a rifle match or shoot out to 1,000 yards. So having the board of directors being the people that make up the rules and regulations of the NRL is extremely important to us. Having the board of directors being nothing but match directors ensures that every single thing that the National Rifle League puts forward is an idea that will actually work, because all the board of directors are the ones that make the decisions on the rules, on specific tiebreakers, on match locations, things like that. Having said that, we have an awesome lineup for 2017. It should be bigger for 2018, but it's never going to be gigantic. What we want is quality. We want quality matches. We would rather have quality over quantity every time. We want to make sure that it's manageable. We want to make sure that our points race, which we're calling the average, is realistic. Just because some guy can make it to 35 matches in 1 year doesn't exactly make him the best shooter. So having a more realistic number of matches, I believe, is what's going to set us apart as being a true national level series. So our first shoot, and this one I'm extremely excited about, is it's the Idaho Shamrock Shootout, which is kind of funny and all those guys are from Idaho, sure, but it's actually right on the border, and it's over in Vail, Oregon. But that shoot right there is run by Nate Lauerman and Jack Wilson, and these guys, man, they're just, first off, they're just good guys.
Right.
I mean, every conversation is a smile on your face, laughing with belly laughing. Second off, the shoot that they put on is just absolutely tremendous. They got a course of fire that I don't know if you guys have had the chance to shoot that one, but that course of fire
Shooting down into the base.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, probably the single best course of fire that I've ever shot. And they got a bunch of things that's going to take place off the range that's going to be fun. They're going to have shooter bingo. And I'm really looking forward to it with free beer. So I'm really looking forward to that. I enjoy the community that Travis was talking about. Getting together with the shooters, with the range officers, with the match directors. That, to me, that's just as much fun, if not more fun, than shooting the match. So that's our inaugural match. I got more information on the first two matches because, of course, we're working out all the details right now.
Right. People are going to ask about shooter bingo. We don't have to go into the details.
Come on to experience.
Shooter bingo, from what I understand, from what Jack was telling me, shooter bingo is basically just bingo in a hall room, except for we're not wearing those great big glasses and don't have purple hair wash, right? Shooters playing bingo and drinking beer. Oh, and free nachos.
And free nachos.
Okay.
That's going to be a good time.
All right.
I'd imagine the beer will be green because it is the Shamrock Shootout.
And it's St. Patrick's weekend.
It is.
I mean, I kind of visualized you were like, you had bingo cards as targets.
It's off the range, and
All right.
there will be adult beverages, so we
Okay.
couldn't do that. I like where your head's
All
at, though.
right. All right.
So our and that shoot is March 17th through 19th. Our second shoot is the Owen. This is the greatest title of any match
Yeah,
in
this is fun.
existence. So this is the Owens Armory Battle Royale. And of course, their theme is sickness for distance. So Nick Owens and Thomas Mraz, they're going to put on that shoot. That's going to be another really epic shoot because it's taking place at Gunsight Academy.
Oh,
I mean, that's
nice.
legendary.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, so we're working out the details with them. Registration just went out,
Actually,
and
just sold out.
okay, well, is it?
Registration sold out, and we had a conversation with them, and we actually added more spots. So our first initial offering of registration sold
Get
out.
there
but
quick.
It's now there's a couple spots left, not much.
Are these 1 or 2 day matches? Or?
All 2 day
All
matches.
2 day,
All
okay.
day two
All right,
matches. All
okay.
2 day matches.
Okay.
All 2 day matches. Man, we helped with the rules and regulations. I think the minimum round count is it's either 140 or 160 off the top of my head. Minimum stage is either 12, 14, or 6. So I think 14 stages. But we're going to go above and beyond that for every single one.
People who want to compete better read our article on using a progressive. Crank out that ammo.
All right.
So our third match is the Washington 2017 JC Steel Targets. That's going to be May 12th through 14th.
We're familiar with that venue. It's the.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
Have you shot out of their helicopter?
Not out of the helicopter, but we did actually cover
Yeah.
a match at the Blue Steel Ranch, which
Yeah.
is where it's going to be held. It's
Cool.
a great location.
That is a terrific venue because you're up on this plateau and you're just
Shooting,
Yeah.
360. So yeah.
Well, I mean, again, they got a helicopter. That makes, even if you just got to go there and shoot out of a helicopter, that's going to be a hell of a good time. In addition to that, of course, JC Steel sponsoring that match. Jake Bibbert is running that match. I don't think anybody at this point is going to argue that he's not the best precision rifle shooter, at least in 2016. 2017 is another year, but Jake.
we've seen him shoot.
Yeah, I think he could take a 22 to a match and
Yeah,
do well.
he
How about we put that into the 2018 rules? Jake Bibbert's got to shoot a 22.
22.
I like
he'd
that.
win
I
an
like
ALR
that.
match for like a 308.
But not only that, Nick Godarzi is the co-match director, and I've heard his name a lot because he's just a good shooter.
Yeah.
But
Nick's awesome.
Janae and I shot with him at the Phoenix match a couple weeks ago, the Phoenix Precision Rifle Series
Yeah.
match, and that guy he's just cool.
Oh, yeah.
He's just nice and down to earth and cool and helpful. And wow, what a shooter! That guy.
Yeah,
guy's
you won the
awesome.
Sniper Side Cup last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would almost
With how
call
many
him-
shooters there? Sorry.
Yeah.
How many shooters were at that?
130, 140, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would almost call him like the Russell Wilson of the sport because there's so much innate talent.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, but kindness as well and humble.
Well,
what I mean?
that's what I
It's
mean.
just-
It's a-
he's
it's a-
just
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so something
Yeah.
that you guys may not know about Nick, and he doesn't really publish this a lot. His daughter's a shooter, and
Oh, yeah.
she's a phenomenal
Yes.
shooter.
Yes.
She's
yes.
like they shoot their local matches, and she's kicking guys' asses left and right, and they're like, "What the hell?" She's a teenager still,
Yeah.
and she's out there beating guys our age without breaking a sweat. So watch out for the Godarzi. Watch out for the Godarzi family, because they're gonna be making waves here.
Absolutely.
So then our fourth match of the year is going to be put on by match director Cole Korenberg. That's going to be the Dog Valley Precision Challenge. That's June 9th through the 11th. Cole has been working his butt off. He's got sponsors lined up. He's just another real guy that you're around and you just like him. And he's got sponsors lined up out the door to take
Help
care of
out,
him
yeah.
on that match. I mean, a lot of the things that we did really well at SHOT Show with people just wanting to jump on board and take care of the National Rifle League, and a lot of that was because of Cole. Cole did a good job. I won't give away
Absolutely.
any of his secrets, but he told me this particular stage that they're setting up right now, and it's something that everybody's trying to pull off, but it's fake, and he's actually doing it. And when you guys see this, it's gonna if he can pull it off, it's gonna be amazing.
From a production standpoint, so I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun to film.
Oh,
it's going to be a lot of fun to film, and Cole's match is on a piece of property that's virgin to everybody. It's never been used before. It's never been shot. So this will be the first time. And then I believe 2018, and I think he wants to do annuals. What he told us at this specific
Watch what you
location.
say. You can't just throw that out. once a match, like, yeah, we're going to do this every single year, and then you start putting the work in to do the match. You're like, you know what? This was fun. Let's never do this. So our 5th shoot of the year, that's going to be in Colorado. Really excited to be working with Robert Quigley. Again, just like Travis said, this is another match that it's taking place on a property that nobody has ever shot at before, and it's beautiful. I looked at it in Colorado. I'm like, why do you guys not have ski lifts going up everywhere? So I'd imagine there's going to be some long range shooting, and it's going to be. I'm a desert guy. Every shot I take, poof, and there's a big old puff of dirt, and I know what to do. You guys with your vegetation, these green things all over the place, and you shoot and swallows the bullet up. I don't even know what to do. But I'm looking forward to Quigley's match. He's already got Mile High on board, which Mile High is just tremendous.
Oh, they're great folks. They're great folks. Yeah.
So we're really excited about that match, and that's going to be July 22nd and 23rd. Yeah. The next matchup, the next 2 matches actually are going to be put on Butch's. And Butch Fosier is just such a nice guy. And he's been hunting his butt off lately, been killing some tremendous deer. But that's actually going to be Butch's Oklahoma shoot. That's in Woodward, Oklahoma. Okay. And that's September 7th through 9th. I actually shot that match a couple years ago. And I think they called it something different. I believe Travis Case ran that one. And the people in Oklahoma are just so cool. I mean, some of the things that the Oklahoma guys do, some of the inappropriate things that they do, and have kind of made their way in and become a part of our culture as a whole. And that was my first exposure when I went out there to Oklahoma. And the place that they're doing this match at is in the middle of a windmill farm. So right off the bat, I showed up to this match, and there's a place where they got windmills above your head. That's how hard the wind is. Yeah. I was intimidated by that, if I'm just being honest with you. But Butch has been doing this for a long time, and that shoot, I've already shot it, and it's awesome. The last regular series shoot that we got is going to be September 30th through October 1st, and that's going to be with Wes Rowland, and that's going to be in New Mexico. Yeah. And I do believe he is doing it at the Blue Steel Ranch. Is that correct?
I know that's what the original plan was, but they were looking at maybe possibly another location a little bit closer to Albuquerque, being that Blue Steel is about 3 hours from Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Okay. We're trying to keep it as travel friendly as possible.
Okay. They're 9 months out, so I mean, again, we're getting into late in the season.
Right.
But Wes Rowland, he's a good guy, and Curtis Winter is, both of them are just smart, and they know how to connect with people, and they know how to pull things off and get things done. They're one of the only shooting teams I know of in existence that's sponsored by an alcohol company, and I just wanted to say that I'm supremely jealous of that sponsorship.
Right.
If there's any alcohol sponsorship looking at, I'm your guy. Pass it. I'm not trying to take their
just so long as you drink it afterwards, hey.
Exactly.
We always promote safety.
Safety
first.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But these guys assist in a lot of putting on a lot of matches, and have shot a lot of matches, and I have faith that one is going to be tremendous. And then of course the last one of the year is going to be the championship, the National Rifle League Championship,
yes,
hosted by Sin City Precision.
Nice.
It's going to be the weekend before SHOT Show 2018, but it will be the 2017 championship.
Gotcha.
Again, we're going to be shooting the match. We'll bring Leroy back, no doubt. Mm-hmm. Good chance that we'll bring back Dahama.
Are we going to be at Cadam then?
We will be at the Cadam range.
Both ranges, or do you think?
It's a little bit too early to say on that.
Okay.
No doubt we will be on Cadam. What did you guys think? I mean, you guys have you filmed one, you participated in the other, but when Sin City Precision did it at Nellis and at Cadam, I thought that was fun just because it was a change of scenery, and Nellis is a good place to shoot.
It is.
But
yes.
But Cadam is a great place, and we put on the VPRC this year exclusively there, and it turned out really well, and that is the plan right now. So Nellis is actually on the Air Force Base, and they went into Force Protection Bravo a couple years ago, which made it difficult to get 100 boys and girls on there with rifles.
With rifles.
But they did it.
But, honestly, I think the way you did it last year when we had actually participated, I really liked that. Logistically, it was very easy to kind of keep people in one place and just walk
Right.
from one section to the next. And then I loved having the final award ceremony in that venue.
Well, that's
the hotel.
That's the last point.
Yeah,
It
first
will.
pass.
We've already secured the ballroom at the Aliante.
Mm-hmm.
We've already secured the AV system. So these guys are gonna have to put together another video. That was cool. How cool is that you guys shot that day and they had video up there at the
Yeah,
end?
yeah,
I
that
thought
was
that
really
was
nice.
pretty neat.
That was
So
really
yeah,
nice.
that's really good food there, and we're gonna have a shindig better than the last time. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
One of the things, we've all been to the matches. It's shoot and then awards and then hurry up and get out of there.
Right.
And we understand that because you have jobs the next day and 2-day matches. There's a lot of time that people take off. But we really want to make, at least the championship, we really want to make it an event.
Right,
Not just come out here, shoot, bang, steal, and go home with
Right,
your trophy.
right.
We're going after some major sponsors outside of the firearms industry. I don't want to say who's who. We want to keep that until everything's done and whatnot.
Right.
But we want to make it a real sporting event. It's something that you guys really want to be a part of. I'm not talking about tuxedos and formal dresses. That's not us. But something where you definitely want to hang out afterwards and have a beer with your buddy and talk about the match and what's going on. And it's the weekend before SHOT Show, so it's not like you guys have to set up or anything on Monday.
Right.
Well, guys, we really appreciate you guys sharing this information about the National Rifle League. I'm sure you guys found this informative and interesting. If they have any questions, where should they go for more information?
NationalRifleLeague.org is our website, our official website, and then we have all kinds of social media for, again, just search National Rifle League, and you'll be good to go.
Well, this is very encouraging as the sport grows. There are just so many options out there, and this is representative of just the increasing number of options that competitors have. Well, folks, we trust you found this useful. As always, remember, life's an adventure.
Stay on target.